Greetings and salutations, and we're back with Master Mode Terraria, and I have an update. If you see this here, and of course without me getting absolutely hammered to death by harpies, this is my fishing shed. There's a reason for this. Well, I sat down and I was like, well, what do I need to defeat the Eater of Worlds? And I thought, well, I could ride the slime mountain, I could jump off the top of him. Right? Because the slime mount bounces. And I thought, well, okay, but I would take fall damage. So, what do I need to negate fall damage? Lucky Horseshoe. Well, I had already looted the majority of the sky chests, so I figured I got them all. So I thought, okay, well, how do I get another sky chest? And you get them, and I got 2 out of sky crates. You get them by fishing sky crates in pools up here in the clouds. And as you can see, everything I fished up in these chests, that one is empty, but I fished up 2 Star Furies. I fished up the Lucky Horseshoe, which is over here. It's an Ebon Horseshoe now. It's an armored obsidian horseshoe. And it took me 3 hours of fishing from, not down here, because if you listen, let me turn it up a little. If you listen, that's the surface music. So, in order to get the proper place, I had to fish from here. Because that's the cloud biome. That's sky biome. So I had to fish from up here in order to get them. So, I did indeed manage to get my hands on a horseshoe. And I thought, well, just as a bit of fun, let's try to kill the Eater of Worlds. And as you can see from the trophy, I managed to kill the Eater of Worlds by bouncing off the top of it with the slime. I do have another worm food, so I will go and do it again, because I'm going to go farm some stuff. But I did manage, which is a plus. It's a very distinct plus, because up until that point, it was not looking good. It was looking very grim for the Master Mode run. I also managed to make the Imp Staff, because right after I went and I got the Shadow Scales, that was a reflex jump right there. I could have just fallen because I wouldn't have taken fall damage. Right after I went and I got the Shadow Scales, I made the Shadow Pickaxe, went down and started mining Hellstone. Because I was like, I'm going to need it for the Imps, I'm going to need it for a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was like, we're going to do it. And then I also made the Deadly Molten Fury. And I haven't made any of the Molten Armor yet. A meteorite fell right after I beat the Eater of Worlds. And I have not gone and mined any of the meteorite. And I have not challenged Skeletron or the Wall of Flesh. I still have to build the Wall of Flesh arena. But this is how I managed to beat him. Just riding on his back. Because you can even hop off the green acid shots. So, it makes it a whole lot easier. So, that's the strategy that works for me. Is just keep hopping off the back end of him. Use him as a giant trampoline. I mean, it almost trivializes the fight, which is kind of sad. But, you know, hey. You gotta do what you gotta do to win, right? Now the question is can I use this same strategy against the queen bee? Probably not. Because she doesn't come from underneath. See? It works. But it may not be the world's best strategy, but it's my strategy. And if the way I see it is, if it works, why fix? You know, why fix it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But that's how I managed to beat the Eater of Worlds. Which is not what anybody else suggested, by the way. Like, the other suggestions I got... Ooh, summons the Eater of Worms. No way. Okay, that's cool. So I got more Demonite ore, and I got more Shadow Scales. And I got another... I got another Worm Scarf. That's great. First time I killed him, I was using the Flink Staff and something else. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm good with it now. I just need to defeat the Queen Bee. There's the other scarf. And you could drop those in there too. So I can always come back and farm that later. Now the real question is the Abomination. Obviously that I don't think that's gonna work the same way. It's gonna be it's gonna be a different approach for sure. Hunter Cloak, no. Mysterious Cape, nothing really good. Maybe the Bricklayer, but I don't think I need it. You know what? On second thought, I'm going to buy it anyway, unless I have it. I don't even know if I have it. You know what? We're going to buy a second one. Just in case. I got the money, why not? Increases block placement and tool range. That's tile placement speed. Block and wall placement speed. I think I have everything there. Well, we're going to keep it anyway, just for... Oh, crap, I didn't want to take that torch. Come on, man. Wake up. Be smart. Alright. Now, if I do... Oh, Skylakes and Surface. Sweet, I can go catch one. I don't want to get the meteorite. At least not yet, I don't think. So if I get the meteorite, I might be in for a bit of a tough. As I grab the meteorite, I kill a whole bunch of the big meteorite heads or whatever they're called. And then I can make the meteorite armor, the laser blaster, but will that be enough to kill the Queen Bee? Hard telling. Oops. There we go. Hey, I got it. Second cast, first actual reeled-in fish. I nailed it. Perfect. Apprentice bait and fishing potions. And yes, I was using crate potions. And it still took me 3 hours. When using crate potions. Which I sat right there and I'm like, this is insanity. This is pure, just unhinged insanity to do. But it helped me progress. So, you know, I'm looking at it with a newfound admiration, so to speak. I mean, originally, did I sit there and look at it like, man, I can't wait to spend 3 hours fishing? No, I can't say I did. I was more or less sitting there going, 3 hours fishing, and before I got the lucky horseshoe, I sat there thinking, I've just spent 3 hours fishing with nothing to show for it. When I got my final sky crate, I opened it up, and there it was, and everything changed. But I still need more hellstone bars, so down I go. And yes, the slime mount is the fastest way down. I mean, it literally turbos you to the ground floor. Perfect. Now, mining hellstone is going to be a bit of a tough because of how I had to go about doing it. Because I needed to do it in a completely backwards fashion. Because as you know, when you mine hellstone, you get lava. When you get lava, and you don't have lava prevention, lava damage prevention, burning kind of sucks. Okay, so I want to mine that one. I want to come over here and go like that. Then I want to mine that one. Ow. I knew it. I knew the moment I had 2 imps in 2 different locations and I had all this, I knew I was dead. Yeah. That's mining for hellstone. Another meteorite has landed. Maybe I should go make the trek. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know where it's landed, but I'll find it. There. My imp can burn zombies, I don't care. I think between the imp summon and maybe some decent positioning, I'm gonna have to equip... Stupid zombie, get off me. I think between the... I'm gonna need to wear the Bezoar, that's for certain. I think once I wear the Bezoar, it'll be fine. But I figured I might as well go get the meteorite first, right? Hopefully it hasn't ruined too much. That's the second meteorite that's fallen in 2 nights. They must really want me to go get meteor stuff. These zombies are just getting a little ridiculous. There's so many of them. Where are you, meteorites? Watch them all the way be out to the left, to the right instead of the left. They probably are off to the right, because I'm almost all the way to the left. Wait a minute. That might be it right over there. I almost reflex jumped again. What is this, a Legend of Zelda? Why are there... Oh! Why are there so many fairies? There's the meteorite right there. Wow. Okay. Eruption meteorite biome. That makes sense. Sure. We'll go with that. At least the mining pick gives me light while mining. Glad I'm killing enough of these meteorites to get the... or the meteor heads to get meteor head banner. Not that it matters, as they're very weak. I think they're even weaker than zombies, to be honest with you. Stupid meteor heads. They light you on fire, that's a plus. Not really a plus, it's actually a net negative. Ah, I burned to death. Almost had it all. Yeah, they're weaker than zombies because they've only got 78 health. The fact they can clip through walls is a little bit of a bummer, but, you know. You know, what can you do? I mean... 50 meteorite bars ain't bad. A hurtful... really? Hurtful space gun. Well... It's got magic damage, so we're gonna go try it. After I go get more. What do I have for a quest? Really? Sky Lakes again? This fisherman really likes his Sky Lake. Wait. I might be able to kill Skeletron doing this same process. Think about that for a minute. So, Skeletron... I can bounce off of his hands and his head with the slime mount, and I don't have the fall damage. The same strategy might be applicable here. And I've already got giant feathers waiting for me at hard mode, so I can just make harpy wings the moment I get Souls of Flight. Really now? Thanks, Wooden Crate. Yeah, the Harpy banners really help out with the not taking damage. Bass. There it is. It just really, really. Can't believe this. I honestly cannot believe it. I mean, I can, but I don't wanna. The fisherman's like, nah, nah, nah. Money, values, you know, stuff you actually want. Nah, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. It's like, really? I mean, he's already giving me, like, what, I think the endless bucket of water? And I've got 2 of those. I'd love the endless lava bucket. Sponge wouldn't be bad either. Because then I could go mine hellstone a lot more effectively. I could just sponge up all the lava. Or do I need a lava sponge for that? I think I need a lava sponge for that. Oh, good. Water leaf. That's... ranks right up there with what I want. I never use enough potions, it seems. Because I've heard from multiple people that it's like, you don't use any of the alchemy stuff. Like, I mean, back when I even used to, I used to stream this. I used to stream this and a whole bunch of other stuff. People were like, you don't use any potions? No. No, I don't. I never take the time to go around and farm all this stuff and have a chest built for it and then potioning up to have it 2 strings of buffs. Like, what good does it do you, right? Especially if you're going to fight someone like Empress of Light. On Enraged, you know, the Enraged Empress of Light. Doesn't do you any good. Because she's just going to drop you in 1 hit anyway. Unless you have, like, first hit negation. At which point, alright. I'm with you on that one. You kind of have to have a set that does that first strike negation thing. But her Enraged form is so tough. I mean, it takes picture-perfect movements. It takes knowing exact things. And I beat her 1 time. 1 time. But not on Master Mode. It was on Expert. I have the Terra Prisma to prove it. On another character, of course. But with the Terra Prisma, it's like, you know, rite of passage. I beat her. So I know how tough it is to beat her. Because I wiped a lot on her. Like, there was no shot. And I died a lot on her. But when I did get it, it was like crowning achievement, but I haven't done it on Master Mode, so I don't have the Empress of Light statue, so because she was around back in Expert Mode. There's still enough here to spawn meteor heads, really? I thought I'd mined enough so that they stop spawning. It has to be like less than 50 meteorite blocks per... Did I get enough? Did I get enough? Oh, there's still meteor heads coming. Oh, they hit for 88, though. That... Jeez, man. I figured I'd have had it cleared out by now, or at least enough to the point where they weren't going to spawn anymore. There we go, I'm starting to get regular spawns now. Alright, I've mined enough meteors out of here. All right. Question is where's the other meteorite fall? I haven't been out here in a while. You can. Oh, geez, a desert. There's a storm. Tumbleweeds are very dangerous. I might run an attempt. Oh, there it is. So I thought I might run an attempt at Skeletron while I'm out here. You know what I found disappointing though? The fact that meteorites are such a well designed thing of this game, you know, and they're so plentiful when you get them that I thought, you know, maybe they should be used in some of the hard mode stuff. Not hard mode, but you know what I mean, expert mode. Like some of the lunar stuff from the Moon Lord, right? But yet they're not. And it's sad. It's sad to see because it's like that would be such a cool thing, wouldn't it? To require you to use meteorites, you know, because outer space, that kind of thing, and make them kind of like integral to making some of the solar stuff. Somebody did a test, and they used it to... oh, there's a 50th meteor head. How about that? They used an editing software, and they did a test to see what would happen if there was only one place for the meteorite to fall, and the only place for the meteorite to fall was on your character. And what they found was, through the test, that the game will actually crash. Because the game is basically programmed to not let a meteorite fall on the player, and it will fall on spaces X amount of meters apart from a meteorite impact. So they can't fall on top of one another, right? They won't allow a meteorite to fall on top of one another. They won't allow a meteorite to fall on top of the player. So it was really interesting because he just used the editor program and turned everything into a meteorite on the ground. And by doing so, he found out, hey, the game actually crashes when a meteorite tries to crash on top of you, so... But you have to kind of hand it to Terraria for being kind of cutting edge about that. Like, realistically speaking. You're talking about an event that changes the world without crashing it to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you're adding X amount of meteorite blocks to an area, and you're not crashing the world when it crashes, when the meteorite comes in. Which is, I mean, admittedly impressive. Because how many other games can do that? How many other games can be like, ah, yes, we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff crash land in and impact somebody. 185 meteorites. Awesome. Not a fan of the windstorm slimes, though, because you know what that means. I mean, another Slime King flying in here. Oh, yeah, 2 more Hellstone bars. I need the meteorite leggings. There you go. You can get rid of the gravestone, though, so I don't need that. I don't need that either. Meteor head banner. Can't put it there. Because if I put it there, the door won't open. It's a neat little trick, too, by the way. If you put objects on the outside and on the inside of doors, they won't open at all. Wait, didn't I make a... I have not made a blade. I need to. But I also need Muramasa to make the other blade. Yeah, you need the copper short sword from the beginning of the game. I love that, though. I think that's a cute little thing. Like, it's like, oh yeah, that copper short sword that is worthless, right? Everybody ditches it, but it's like, don't do that because you need it. I mean, you can make another one, sure. But imagine, right? You have the copper short sword from the beginning of the game, and you think to yourself, I don't need that, and you just throw it away. And then it comes back to haunt you because you do need it. That's like, well, isn't that a little clever usage of game mechanics? Is to me. I mean, I find stuff like that unique, and I don't know, I like it. I've got garbage everywhere. What am I talking about? Yeah. I've got enough feathers. We'll just toss that. Alright, time to go out there and try Skeletron. Use the same strategy. I'm hoping it's going to work, because I know the dungeon's off this way. I think. Wow, I've already done 30 minutes? Yeah, I was... Like, imagine if you played, like, if you've ever played, like, Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox, which was a very difficult Ninja Gaiden, by the way. Yep, there they come. Angry tumbleweeds. If you've ever played Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox, it's like getting your wooden sword to the highest upgraded thing, like to the highest upgraded level. It's like needing that to make the best weapon in the game. Or it's if they had now I haven't played enough Dark Souls to find out, but it's like if they did that in Dark Souls, they said, okay, the best weapon in the game is literally the first weapon in the game, but only after you get certain things that modify it to the best weapon in the game. And that's pretty much what it is for Terraria. That copper short sword you start out with that is effectively as worthless as nipples on a fish. And I do say effectively as worthless because there was a guy named Hero, Hero, who had a Legend of Zelda skin for the game. I don't know if that was a mod or not, but he beat Skeletron or Skeletron Prime or whatever with just the copper short sword. So he did well. He did very well. I'm pretty sure he also beat the Dungeon Guardian, which is a one-hit kill, and you can only do 1 damage at a time to the Dungeon Guardian. I'm pretty sure he killed the Dungeon Guardian too, but not with the copper short sword. I could be wrong. But he had a string of YouTube videos that displayed this prowess that he had. And hats off to him because he was exceptionally skilled at the game. But for the most part, and for the most players of the game, it is effectively a worthless sword. Like, worthless as nipples on a fish, like I said. And so, with it being that worthless, it really begged the question of, You know, like, why did they even add it to the game? You know, they're clearly joking, right? Really, antlion chargers? But having that, and then having it be an integral part to, say, the Zenith, which is the strongest melee weapon in the game, right? It makes it kind of bring it about full circle, which is nice. It's a very kind of niche thing to do. And I like it. I like it when they do something like that, because it gives the game kind of a feel that you wouldn't normally get. Nope, I led him too far astray. Did not work. Kinda wished it had. That'd have been nuts if it had. So I'm gonna try the Queen Bee, but not with this strategy. I'm gonna have to try a different strategy. Because this one for surely will not work on the Queen Bee. She's more of a horizontal fight, so... Gonna be different. For lack of a better term, it's gonna be different. So I'm gonna deposit my gold in my bank here. And I need my Bezoar. Wherever I put that. Did I put that in the money trough? No. Question is why didn't I put it in the money trough? There is no answer to that. At least not one that I have. Oh yeah, I also managed to get frog legs. Don't know what they're used for. I know it's a material, but... Looking at 31 defense. Is that with Bast? No, it's not with Bast. It's with the Heart Lantern, though, so I might want to take the Heart Lantern. I'm going to take the Bezoar, and I'm going to put that over my Band of Regeneration? Maybe. That's an armored Band of Regeneration. Probably a bad idea. I'm going to get an armored Bezoar. It's going to probably cost me my total fortune here, but... No expense is too great to beating the Queen Bee. Reason being is because if you can beat the Queen Bee, you're putting yourself into a position where... Ew. Warding Bezoar, perfect. You can put yourself into a position where you are quite literally unstoppable. Like, the bee gun and other things like that are just absolutely bonkers for damage. Bee gun specifically, and then summoning the hornets with the hornet staff. They're not as good, I don't think, as, say, something different. Like a bee gun. The bee gun, I think, is the best. Looking for something. Oh yeah, the heart lantern. Duh. Do I have hearts? Do I have spare hearts left over? I do. Do I have spare chain left over? I do as well. What does it take to make a heart lantern? Doesn't it take like 10 chain or something like that? I'm gonna make more chain just to make sure. Wait. Wait. Wait a minute. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. What does it take to make a heart lantern in Terraria? I know it takes one of those heart things, but I don't know if it takes chain or if it takes just an ore. Can't remember. 1 life crystal and 4 chains. I have 4 chains. Why doesn't it allow me to do it? I'm close enough to craft. It's not letting me do it though. Ah, there it is. So I already have other things over here that increase my life regeneration rate. And I have my increased defense over here. Like I'm rocking 37 defense next to the bast, which increases my defense by 5, but the lantern increases my regeneration further. I almost didn't summon the queen bee because, well, I don't have the abominations on me right now. And it's also not quite daytime yet. It is, but it's not. I'd rather fight her during the daytime than at night. She's easier to see. Caught in caverns. Sorry, buddy. Got a date with an abomination. I might have to go farm up more honeycomb for that after this, though. Maybe. I was gonna try to heal. That ain't it. That bow just does not do the damage. Maybe the laser gun. I mean, I gotta try something, right? Because surely there's gotta be some sort of magic way of doing it. I've heard all sorts of rumors too. That I've had people say, use spiked balls. They don't work. Use a whole bunch of others. They just don't work. They just don't work. I've thought about using grenades. I need something that penetrates through the other minions and blows up the queen bee. And don't say jester arrows. I've tried jester arrows. They don't work. Damage, speed, mana cost. I don't need mana cost. As a matter of fact, I could go with Masterful. How about the Zappinator? Because this thing does piddly dink damage. The Zappinator does... I mean, it does twice as much. Ooh. This takes no mana. Because the Zappinator falls under the same thing as the other one. Let's do this. Stupid bees. See what I mean? It's these little bees that are killing me. It isn't her. It's all the little tiny hornets that come out. Come on. Can't do it. Godly Exotic Scimitar. Well, apparently the Die Trader had something good. That ain't it, dog. What on earth do I need to fix this? Sort of a miracle. I'm not gonna do that yet. We're gonna go here. Probably more Hellstone bars, to be honest with you. Because I probably need the whole Hellstone gear. Whoa, gnome! Never mind, it's gone. Anyway. You know what? I'm already been at it 48 minutes. I've given the Queen Bee 2 tries. I gave Skeletron a try. It didn't go very well with Skeletron and whatnot. I'll have to try it with the Grey Zappinator on Skeletron sometime in the future, trying to use the similar strategy. Maybe not exactly the same strategy, but I gotta find something. I gotta figure something out. Nevertheless, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know I did. I am making progress. That's a plus. I really need to kill that Queen Bee. I think I'm just gonna struggle with it though. That's all I can do right now. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.